Hey, what's up, everybody? BDL44 coming at you with another video. All right, so after a nice long layoff, Los Angeles Lakers do have a game tonight at the Crow against the Utah Jazz. All right, to be honest with you guys, I've enjoyed this time off, not talking about the Lakers, not really worrying about them for about 24 hours or so. It was nice because every time I think about the Lakers, I get angry. And I don't like being angry, I like being happy. So I'm not going to rant in this video, not at all. I'm not going to rant about how they could have had a chance of getting Christian Wood, who would have ultimately given us the trade piece that could have created flexibility, even though we wouldn't have had that 2027 pick. I'm not going to be angry about that right now. No, no, no. I'm going to forget all about that, even because I know Christian Wood and Anthony Davis would be a duo that would be catastrophic for all teams going forward. But never mind that. Never mind that. It's probably a better thing that we didn't give away anything more for LeBron James because Genie's already over the luxury tax and et cetera, et cetera. So, I'm not talking about that. We're not going to talk about how LeBron James is not backing Rob Pelinka's cap, about them having a conversation and agreeing not to make a move on the trade deadline. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to be talking about how Frank Vogel's still here and all the issues that I feel have to do with him still being in place and the correlation between our players not playing well at all. No, 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 no. We're not going to do any of that. We're going to talk about this game. And why are we talking about this game? Because the Utah Jazz are healthy for the first time in a very long time. They decide to get healthy for us. Only person who is not listed as ready to go is Rudy Gay, who's questionable with a knee. Other than that, they got everybody. Even Rudy Gobert. Yes, Rudy Gobert is back. He'll be ready against us in our small ball lineup, as to which I'm sure he'll take full advantage and destroy us. Donovan Mitchell should destroy us. But the good thing is we got our guy Austin Reeves playing much better basketball. THT is playing much better basketball. LeBron James is healthy and ready to go. And the best news of the night, Kendrick Nunn is questionable for tonight's game. Yes, you heard it here first. Kendrick Nunn was listed questionable on the injury report that I read today. I don't know that means he'll play, but it does mean that we can finally see him in Laker purple and gold very soon. So that is obviously the best possible news, even though I heard he wouldn't come back till late March. So take that with a grain of salt. But listed as questionable is what it is. So, of course, Carmelo Anthony, I believe, is also listed as questionable. So keep that in mind. I don't think he'll play tonight, though. And Avery Bradley is going to be out for the rest of the All-Star break. I'm pretty sure they'll say Kendrick Nunn, too, now that I think about it. But questionable nevertheless. So, yeah, that can be an addition by subtraction. First of all, I wish Avery Bradley well, get healthy, get back on the court soon. But I'll tell you the truth, I actually am pleased that he won't be out there tonight because that'll allow Frank Vogel no opportunity to play him 34 minutes or whatever he would decide to do so otherwise, as to which he'll be forced to play those young players who are going to continue to ascend in value if we play them. So Malik Monk also will get a lot of minutes tonight, of course, and that's a very good thing because he needs to bounce back after having some so-so games over the last couple of weeks. I want to see him bounce back and be strong and get that consistency back that he had several months ago. Well, AD, people are mad at you, man. They're mad at you because you have been falling asleep in the last couple of games. We really need you to play well, and I think if you would have played well, we would have had a different story for our outcome. But nevertheless, if you ask me, I'm pretty happy with AD because all I really care about right now is us supplementing the fact that we never have any size on the floor. Frank Vogel hasn't played a center in about 3 games, and Anthony Davis's shot blocking has been really, really helpful for our team. Would it help if he scored a lot more? Of course, but he has to bang with centers, and we know he is not a center, so it takes a lot out of him. And I'm pretty sure he's frustrated with that because he told the Lakers when he first got here he didn't want to be a center, and they gave him no centers this season. So if he's a bit despondent or seems to be a little disengaged with the season, I'd imagine it has nothing to do with whether or not he's capable. It's more so about whether or not they've done what they're supposed to do to keep him engaged. And we know some players are like that, man. You can't just have certain players out there with mediocre talent and in mediocre situations and expect them to go Russell Westbrook and go all out, go Kobe Bryant and go all out. They're not going to do that. You know, some guys are only going to play as well as the team around them, and Anthony Davis appears to be one of those guys. But as long as he's blocking shots, I'm going to give him a pass on the scoring. I don't care. because we need his defense more so than we need his offense. Now, if he gives us his offense, we go nuts. But if he takes away his defense, we have zero size and we won't win anything. So that's just the truth. We need him to do what he's doing. So I'm going to stay off his backside because, quite frankly, if he stops that, we got nothing. So, yeah, I know it's not the greatest thing, but this is what happens, when you don't put killers on your team. Straight up. We got some talented dudes, but they are not killers. And they're not. Now, Russell Westbrook would be considered a killer, but he doesn't play the way that we need him to play. So it doesn't help us. It is what it is. Hopefully the Lakers can put themselves in a position to recoup the money that they've lost, since that seems to be the priority. You know what I mean? Good luck with that, Genie. But as of right now, you got a bunch of unhappy Laker fans who are hopeful that you can come to the conclusion that certain changes need to be made. And, it's too late to make them for this season. So I'd say it's no rush in making anything happen. I'm kind of agreeing with that to a degree, but that Christian Wood thing really does make me think that deal should have been done, even including the 2027 pick. I just think Christian Wood could have netted you more than that pick can, to be honest with you. And getting rid of Russell Westbrook's contract would have obviously helped you with that flexibility as well. Seeing this, to be honest with you, if we got John Wall on the floor and he stayed healthy, his trade value would be higher than Russell Westbrook's, I believe, just out of the sheer notion that he fits on more teams. So I could argue that while I wouldn't want to do that trade, Russell Westbrook and the pick straight up for Christian Wood, for John Wall, if you add Christian Wood to that, I'm probably doing that deal. I just believe that I can get another first-round pick now that I get Christian Wood in place. Christian Wood gives me Anthony Davis insurance even. You know what I mean? So it's like I can do a lot of things if I really want to. But we value THT. I think he was supposed to be thrown in that deal. So I forgot to tell you guys that. But at the same time, it's like that doesn't stop me from doing that deal because THT's contract isn't good, as of right now. So you can justify giving it up for a Christian Wood, of whom I think will probably make an all-star team in the right situation very soon. So, yeah, I think we missed an opportunity once again. But it is what it is, man. I'm like I said, I'm not here to complain today. I've done enough of that, and you can see all of those things documented on my channel. But as of right now, I'm just looking forward to seeing what the Lakers do tonight. Anthony Davis had a fantastic game against Rudy Gobert the last time you saw him, 40-something points. But it's been a very long time. That was back in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. So it's now incumbent upon Anthony Davis to meet Rudy Gobert once again and bring some of that same energy so that we can walk out here with a victory. The Utah Jazz are a team that shoots a lot of three-point shots, and last time we saw them, they shot a hell of a lot of them and missed an historic amount of those. Because of it, we were able to run out of there with a victory. Understand that is on their minds tonight. They know they dropped ones here. They know that they played about as worse as they possibly could, and they also know that they've picked up some talent to kind of help them with some of the issues that they had on their wing. A guy by the name Nickeil Alexander-Walker, of whom I know for a fact will play better with the Jazz than he has in his previous situation, the Pelicans. So keep in mind, they basically have two Jordan Clarksons out there that they're going to toss out there at any given moment, and those two dudes can carve you up. It's a brand new dynamic that they have, and it's a good one. Bogdanovic is going to get a lot of minutes tonight at starting the ball game this evening. You'll also see Royce O'Neal start the basketball game as well at the 4. So a lot of those different matchups are things I think we might be able to take advantage of depending on what kind of lineups we put on the floor. At the end of the day, this is a team on a 6-game winning streak, and they're fully healthy. And they have one of the best shot blockers in the league, and they have one of the best shooting guards in the league. So you have to understand, you can't cough the ball up. You got to manage Russell Westbrook. You got to play the hot hand, and you must respect size. If you don't, you're going to lose. So these are the things that we know, and these are the things we expect, which is why I always say, if you're going to bet on the Lakers, bet on them to lose, because Frank Vogel is definitely going to leave the door open. Question is the other team going to walk through it? This is what it is. It works that way, unfortunately. Keep an eye on Mike Conley. Mike Conley is somebody I would keep an eye on. I think he's going to want to show out, be precise tonight, kind of bounce back. He's kind of in limbo in terms of where his value is and where he's playing at this point in his career. Doesn't really live up to that contract. I think against a soft matchup tonight, you'd see him have a good game for himself. So I'm expecting that. Keep an eye out for Mike Conley. Listen, as soon as Rudy Gobert sits down, Hassan Whiteside steps in. There's never a moment in time where they don't have absolute elite shot blocking on the floor. You cannot go small ball tonight. You cannot do it. Russell Westbrook is going to have to be managed, as I said. Please don't play him with THT. You know, some of these turnovers and things of that nature, they just can't happen against a team like Utah. They are not the greatest defensive team, even though we remember them being a good defensive team. They've had defensive issues this year, but that is not something that's going to translate tonight because they have pretty much everyone for the first time in a very long time. So understand that. This is a healthy basketball team, and they've missed one another. It's just that simple. They are going to have an opportunity to try to work everyone back into their lineup, which can sometimes work against a team. So hopefully that's something we kind of take advantage of, maybe go straight at them and try to attack those bigs, get them off the floor. Might be our best bet. Donovan Mitchell, man, understand this Donovan Mitchell show tonight. If he goes off for a smooth 40, I would not be surprised at all, maybe even higher than that. You just expect it. And a game like this where he's coming into the Crow, LA is booming. We just run the NBA, the NFL championship Super Bowl. Listen, this is a type of game where a guy like Donovan Mitchell is feeding off of that energy in the air, and he wants to put on a show in Los Angeles. I see it coming. So we got to be ready for that. Yeah, man, that's what I got to say. You know, I'm encouraged, but like I said, by what I'm seeing from Austin Reeves, especially on the defensive end, he's starting to find his strength. If he continued to be aggressive, continue to build upon what he's doing, don't be hesitant in taking shots, I think he'll be just fine. So the minutes will be there tonight with Avery being out. I'm encouraged by that notion. I think at the end of the day, this is a game where I honestly feel the Lakers are going to put up an effort. And the reason why is because they did play well against the Golden State Warriors despite having those deficiency issues with their lineup and things the coach was doing. I thought they put up a very good effort against a very good team. And they seem to take it as a moral victory. So I'd imagine it stands to reason why they may carry that momentum over into this game and play well. Now, it has been, 5 days since they hit the court, so there could be some drag there. But I also think that could also lend itself to them being rested and ready to go. So it could go either way, especially with a team like this. At the end of the day, if guys had knick-knack injuries and things of that nature, that time off should have helped them get that much more healthy, and they should be ready and prepared. They've had some practices with an emphasis on free throws, as we know, and hopefully it translates because we've been shooting poorly from the line as of late. But the potential for us to shoot well is there. We've had a situation this year where we had 2 games in a row where we didn't miss a free throw. So it's just about guys knocking them down and having that confidence. So that's what I got to say, man. This is going to be a game where we're not favored to win. However, because it's a good team, and because there's been so much going on with our team in terms of negative energy, couple that with the time off, I think that's a perfect storm for us to possibly run in here against this team that has people coming back, kind of shaking up their lineup a little bit and maybe take advantage of them. I would never predict a win, but I do expect that we'll play well tonight. And that's always dangerous to say that, but I don't know. I just got a vibe. I think they may play well. It doesn't necessarily mean they'll win, but I do expect good effort tonight, and I do expect monster performances from stars tonight. So we'll see if that happens. My name is BDF44. I thank y'all for watching.